I would love to see them together in season 3.
Really?
If that is happening.
Yeah.
No, why not? Please do that.
We all have our little requests that we will let Nikkhil.
They should come together.
It was comical because every time it did rain somewhere and we knew कि अभी इधर बारिश हो रहा है, we had these guys constantly saying यहाँ बारिश हो रहा है, वहाँ पे बारिश हो रहा है. We would send the team out to stop rain.
She is responsible. She should
Responsible.
have said something else.
Responsible.
Irresponsible. She's not. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But ठीक है चलो.
So there is that constant fight in between us also,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Sujata is also
कोई
trying to
नहीं
tell
दिया
her the
भूल चूक
same.
माफ यार.
Hello and welcome to ETimes. My name is Jigar Shah and today we have with us the cast and the director of Mumbai Diaries Season 2, Nikkhil Advani, Natasha, Mrunmayee and Satyajeet. Nikhil sir, how was your experience with all the water and the rain and all the medics around you?
I think it's very challenging in the sense that we knew what we needed to pull off in terms of rain, floods, the city underwater, the hospital being the hospital infrastructure being challenged one more time. This time not with bullets but with the water itself. So yeah, I think that it was very challenging. I think that we approached it very scientifically, very efficiently. Still things went all completely wrong. And there were times that we were looking up, hoping that it will drip from this thing was dripping on that side, and it's dripping over there. Then we had to create some kind of like a graph, you know, कि ये number 1, and we put up, you know, those वो housey का जो ये आते हैं, housey के जो tokens जो होते हैं, तो 1, 2, there was a guy, the main guy. I mean, I think that the Sanjay, I think Sanjay is his name, and the most amount of screaming he got. Constantly it was like, वो खिड़की से पानी आ रहा है, यहाँ से आना चाहिए, वगैरह वगैरह. So it was, yeah. So also in the sense that even though when you see the show, you will see you're inside the hospital and you're inside the corridors and you're inside the wards, but you have windows. And we just wanted, so basically every single day you just kept hearing the rain. Yeah. So it was very challenging, and I mean we decided, okay, we'll shoot it in such a way that we'll start shooting in March, April. By the time we hit June, July, मतलब बारिश होगा बॉम्बे में, and मतलब सब floods मिल जाएंगे. It didn't rain.
It didn't rain.
It just didn't rain and it was almost like, it was comical because every time it did rain somewhere and we knew कि अभी इधर बारिश हो रहा है, we had these guys constantly saying यहाँ बारिश हो रहा है, वहाँ पे बारिश हो रहा है. We would send the team out to stop rain.
It was a nice sunny day. You remember when we were shooting?
Yeah,
Some
when we were
scene,
shooting,
we were
were
just waiting for the rain
episode
to
1
come.
where she's in the bus and
Yeah, in the bus, yeah.
Accident
and when she's in the
happened
bus
and
and she's I mean completely stuck. The traffic is everything is stuck and it was sunny.
And sunny मतलब जल के खाक हो गया. Sunny like that.
Hey, Bhagwan.
But that's
that's Bombay for you all.
That's a
Bombay.
great sign of a film crew. मतलब बाढ़ आ रही है किधर, फिल्म क्रू भेज दीजिए, बारिश आ जाएगी.
Okay. With Natasha, I think you were held most responsible in the end, in the first 3 episodes which I saw, wherein everyone's making you responsible for Dr. Kaushik Oberai's downfall. How did that feel? You're the most responsible person on the crew right now.
Well, I think so. That's some really heavy weight on Dia's shoulders, and I think she was in a very tricky space because on one side it's a profession and that she's wanted to be a doctor all her life and she's getting to do this, but on the other side she's also lost her mother, and something so life altering can just change your personality, change who you are. I think a part of Dia kind of died, and I think just balancing that out and getting so much flack from people, like you said, it was extremely tumultuous to just understand that turmoil that's happening in her head, but still be like focused and out there, because she is there to do her job. That's nothing's going to change the fact that she is a good doctor and she's here to do, she's here to save lives. So I think with Dia, I shut that out, because what's done is done, right? I'm not going to go back and change what I said, and what I said was, I still stand by it. So yeah, she is getting a lot of flack, but she just pushes through and through, and what happens eventually you will of course see when the show's out. But yes, it's a lot of weight.
Yeah, but she is responsible.
Sujata
She
and-
should have said something else.
Responsible.
Irresponsible. She's not. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But ठीक है चलो.
So there is that constant fight in between us also,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Sujata is also
कोई
trying to
नहीं
tell
दिया
her the
भूल
same.
चूक माफ यार. Balance
Ahan tries to balance us
Yeah.
out
Yeah, he's a
all the
pacifier.
time.
Actually, he's actually the pacifier.
he's
He's doing that right now.
I have the
also.
question in my list like that he's a pacifier right now between the crew.
Not only right now, I think all of us are super like together, but I think Ahan is always that person who just glues the
Yeah.
three of us.
Hey,
together.
come on, yaar, it's me.
I think
In
it's all
real
of us.
life,
Let's
it's
just hold
me.
hands by now.
कोई नहीं तुम दोनों ले लो.
So Satyajeet, how was it to have this undercurrent of romance with Konkana's character?
It was amazing. You know, I really had to keep my. I have a lot of love, admiration, and respect for her body of work and the kind of stuff she's done over the period. But yes, you have to keep everything aside and just be true to your character. And it's so beautifully written, na. You just need to show up and just know your character and do things. But yes, Ahan is coming from a space where he's awestruck. He has that puppy love for her, and he's not able to express it. So I remember whenever we used to do these scenes, me and between Ahan's and Chitra's character. So whenever I used to complete my lines completely, Nikhil sir used to say, Satya, just don't do that. Just what I'm trying to tell you is so the whole. I think in the second season we never spoke about it out loud, the way we spoke about Diya's character, about the depression part. But there's this thing called imposter syndrome, and all of us, we go through it at some point or the other. उसका imposter syndrome ना I think चित्रा के सामने ही निकलता है. वो बेचारा यानी हक्का बक्का हो जाता है. For him 2 + 2 is 5 then. हाँ, तो वो डांट भी देती है उसको. So it's a beautiful relationship that they share, yaar.
But I would love to see them together in season 3.
Really?
If that is happening. Yeah, why not?
Yes,
Please do that.
We all have our little requests that we will let Nikhil.
They should come together.
Yeah.
जान बचाइए यार. नहीं जान नहीं बचाई, but you
पहले
were
season
ready to
में
die for her,
you
right?
saved her.
You were holding her and then.
नहीं but यार वही है ना
गोली खा नहीं थी पर
खाने को तैयार था।
but Jigar, I'll tell you, Ahan is a kind of a character जो अगर आपको जिंदगी में वैसा दोस्त मिल गया ना तो आपसे लकी व्यक्ति कोई है नहीं दुनिया में. No, genuinely, he's the person who's the quintessential Mr. Dependable, who's gonna be there for you come what may, for his friends, for his colleagues, for his everyone around him. तो वो क्या होता है when you're constantly outpouring your warmth and affection and your things towards other people, आप अंदर से खाली हो जाते हो. And you can see in this season where you can always feel the sense of restlessness, anxiety. So I like to always find that one center in that sur within, and I used to trigger myself towards that anxiety where, there is this really interesting character who comes in and he's dealing with him as well. And he's trying to figure out a lot of things. And the kind of scenario, the kind of situation which it is, it was really interesting, but at the same time really difficult as well, because Nikhil sir has devised some really amazing one shots which are जो देखने में बहुत मजा आता है
और करने में भी.
और नहीं, I would say it's a good pressure because you need to be on your toes. Once you're on set, somewhere I also always feel that none of us used to अरे मेरी line क्या, because you need to be so well prepared कि अगर आपके तरफ से एक गलती हुई, मतलब वो जो सर बता रहे थे, हाँ कि पानी गिरना,
highly responsible because every little trickle of water, at what point it drops, where you are, where the camera goes, where the light is,
With which line? And then we have to remember those medical terms.
Yeah.
नहीं,
So
मैं
it's
उधर आ
very
रहा था मैं.
like mapped out by like Nikhil sir. So you just have to be absolutely like right and prepped.
Sir, इतनी तारीफ हो रही है आपकी one shot की.
Yeah, but the one shot is the single shot or one shot. I mean that's the. I think that's become now a signature of Mumbai Diaries, right? In the sense that the more research we did as a team, when we went on into the real government hospitals, we just saw people constantly moving. Look, they are talking, they are having conversations, they are eating, they never stop.
Yeah.
वो तो हमेशा ये, so that split second decision making is a very integral part of the storytelling, right? And I mean, like they just said, so Mrunmayee would possibly be there in the beginning of the shot, and Konkana is there halfway through, and then the camera comes back to Mrunmayee, and then if she doesn't hit her mark, or the water doesn't fall correctly, or the camera is out focus suddenly, or she forgets her dialogue, now suddenly she's feeling guilty because Konkana has just broken down halfway into the scene. Now she has to, so everybody suddenly had the responsibility of the other person.
Yeah.
It was not just I am doing my scene in isolation कि मेरे पास ये 20-25 सीन है ये सीजन में या 40 सीन है सीजन में, मैं आके ये करके चले जाऊंगा या चले जाऊंगी, and it was not that. It was basically because every scene somewhere or the other goes into the next scene, comes out of the next scene, comes from there, or the other is connected to something else. So you just felt I think what Mumbai Diaries is the best part of making a show like this is that really seeing how everybody, and I know a lot of directors and a lot of writers and a lot of producers possibly say this all the time, then that everybody comes together as a family. In this case, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice because if you do it 3 times or 4 times, they are vicious, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they are thinking, boss, क्या problem है? मैं उसका line ले लूँ क्या? That kind of a thing, it's that, and they are all really supporting each other, right? In the sense, if Mohit or Konkana or Mohit or these three realize that the other person today is not on their game, they will come in.
Lovely.
That's wonderful.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys.